Welcome to the Best Things Podcast. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials at Best Things Pod as well. Now, here are your hosts, Craig and Aaron.
Hello, Internets. Welcome into the Best Things Podcast. My name is Craig. Sitting next to me, as always, at least while we're in here, Aaron Brooks.
I wonder if people ever think that we actually always
we
just like conjoined twins.
Yeah, anytime we're at a restaurant together, I always have to sit on this side.
On this side.
You have to sit welcome in back on a lovely September afternoon or morning or an evening, whenever you're listening to this.
Middle of the night.
Yeah. It is not any cooler, at least here in the great state of Arkansas. I mean, technically it is cooler than it once was. I never thought 90 would feel like a cool fall day.
Oh, if it felt like this and we didn't have any of the other stuff, I think I would be happy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's still a little warm for me.
It is.
But there have been a couple of mornings this past week that they've been nice.
We're creeping up on hoodie season, though.
I got the short sleeve hoodie on right now in anticipation for it. Starbucks and a lot of the other coffee joints have now released their pumpkin spice into the world. And I know you could rant all day about it.
I saw something yesterday that was one of those memes where it says one has to go forever. And it had pumpkin spice, s'mores, candy corn, and caramel apples.
Don't tell me you're putting pumpkin spice ahead of candy corn.
I told my wife, I said, you're really not going to like what I have to say about this.
On.
I said, all four of them can go forever.
Whoa, really?
I'll never miss any of those. All four of those things are bottom tier treats.
Okay, so we had pumpkin spice, s'mores, candy corn, and caramel apple?
Yeah.
I would say pumpkin spice, and I mean, you don't like a good pumpkin loaf or something like that? No? Pumpkin pie?
Nah.
None of, okay.
I could be happy if those four things never existed again. My life would change in no way, shape, or form.
What if you flipped it? What if you had to keep one?
If I had to keep one,
s'mores?
probably. I don't like s'mores.
Really? What is it?
They're too sweet.
Really?
I mean, yeah. It's why my wife loves them.
Can they be too sweet?
They can. I don't know if you could make a s'more better, but just Hershey chocolate, a graham cracker, and a marshmallow. There's
a problem with s'mores that I have is that they are impossible to make well. I love the flavor. I love I love chocolate and marshmallow and graham together, but your chocolate doesn't really melt.
No.
You see all these pictures and these photos, and they make it seem like it's ooey gooey chocolate. No, it's
I've
still
never had one that was that way.
It's never worked right. That's why I like s'mores things. What I've started doing is you do a Reese's cup.
Ooh.
Now that will melt a little bit.
Yeah, I bet it would.
At least it's soft. We're not here to talk about fall foods. We are talking about a food item, or more specifically, a food restaurant. We're talking about I'm Lovin It McDonald's.
The Golden Arches.
Would you call it a restaurant, or is it just a fast food place? Do you think there's a difference between a restaurant? Like if I say, hey, we're going to go to a restaurant.
And you take me to McDonald's.
I take you to McDonald's. Are you going to be disappointed?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
So we're talking about McDonald's. We did this earlier this year.
Seems right.
When we talked about Taco Bell. And we talked about the best menu item at that location. So we're talking about McDonald's this time. And there are a lot of McDonald's around the world. There's been a lot of content created about McDonald's. We're not venturing into new territory here.
No. That's a good thing, probably say, for the internet.
Yeah. Anything in general, you're probably not venturing. Speaking of the internet, let's
Oh,
let's talk about
the elephant in the room.
the thing. Okay. I almost pulled the clip from 2 episodes ago and last episode. If you're a frequent listener of the program, you'll remember us saying this. Hopefully, we said at the end of the Christopher Nolan episode, this is not necessarily probably going to be one of our TikTok. It's not a very TikTok friendly episode. Then the very next episode, which we record way in advance,
right?
That was recorded about a month ahead before it came out. We said, that last episode probably didn't get us any TikTok hits. Boy, were we wrong.
We were. It's like you knew.
It is.
And you proved us wrong.
We had one clip from where it's us talking about Interstellar, and you were spitting off some really interesting facts. But again, nothing that we did this research and came up with this stuff.
No.
We found it on the internet.
We found it on the internet.
Anybody can find it. And it was just like a 80-second clip about talking about Interstellar. And it just freaking went nuclear for us. Let's preface it that way. Like, there are obviously a lot more viral TikToks out there. But for us, before this one, our highest viewed clip was like 118,000 people on TikTok.
And we were blown away by that.
We were just could not believe it. It was Aaron ranting about Texas. This one goes, and I text Aaron the day after I posted, like, dude, this might pass your Texas rant. I said, it could be just as, this is crazy. And then it eclipsed it. It passed it. And then we blink and we look back later and we're at 250,000 people, 250,000 people watching this video. Over the course of the week, we almost cracked 1 million. Last count, I think it was 939,000 people on TikTok alone. Then Facebook caught wind of it.
Yeah.
And they took it, another 150,000 people. So YouTube, it went off on YouTube as well. So all told, and Instagram holding steady at a strong 200 and something people. Poor Instagram just doesn't like us.
We may have some really solid followers on Instagram. Those 200 may be our biggest fans.
Maybe they are. I didn't even look at. We did eventually post it to Twitter. I think all 3 people on that saw it. But all told, like over 1 million people watching our little old podcast.
Yeah.
So
hopefully we have some new viewers.
Yeah, I think so.
Listeners to this episode.
The numbers are trickling up. So if you're brand new, thank you for hopping on and checking us out. Hopefully we haven't already bored you. But I'm Craig. He's Aaron. We talk about random stuff. So. It's funny. Anytime you do research into how to have a successful social media presence, how to grow your audience in podcasting and YouTube, they always say find your niche, find your niche audience.
Yeah. Make
sure you hone in on one thing.
Mm-hmm.
We literally kicked that to the side. So we're going to talk about everything.
Yep.
There's not.
That's what we do.
Yeah. There's not one thing. But welcome.
I did want to say, because one of my first comments to you when you said this thing was starting to pick up some traction was, I hope people are being nice to me in the comments, because I can't imagine that anybody would be triggered over this video. But apparently there were some very triggered people, because we were talking about a movie that is nearly a decade old.
Yeah.
And I think what those people didn't understand was it was not necessarily a podcast about Interstellar.
Right.
We were doing a podcast about Christopher Nolan.
Exactly.
And it covered that film.
Yeah.
Yes, no, we understand it is nearly a decade-old movie.
Yeah, there's nothing new here.
But it stands up because you guys still are crazy about it.
I would love to go through and find some comments to, in fact, let's just do this right now. Here we go.
We love hearing you talk about us. It's time for the best things about the best things. Want to hear your feedback on the show? Email feedback@bestthingspod.com or tap the link in the episode notes to send a voicemail.
So the beautiful thing about the comments and stuff that we were getting is few people were actually like attacking us, but there was a lot of infighting amongst each other. One big thing, and I want you to address it, okay? Because we're going to, if you're watching or listening to the actual podcast, we're going to clip this part and we're going to make it a comment, a reply to some of these people on TikTok. So Aaron, I want you to look into the camera and I want you to tell people why they're wrong about the whole tick in the song on Interstellar. We're going to get to McDonald's in a minute, but we're going to clear up some stuff first.
Okay, so I'm trying to find the exact deal, but there was a lot of people saying, okay, it was not days, it was years.
Years.
But it was days.
Yes.
I was correct with my fact that I did not come up with. I didn't count this. I found it, and in the clip I even referenced where we got it from. I think it was Watch Mojo, I think. But if you go to Reddit, and maybe in the episode link, maybe we can post the link to this, you can find the math. Somebody did the maths to this that's a lot more mathy than I am.
Yeah.
Because it's difficult to follow. But if you do the math, you will find out that 1.25 seconds does equal a day, not a year. There was more than 23 ticks or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think the people who are saying the tick is a year, I don't think you remember how long that scene is.
Yeah.
Like, there's more than like 23 seconds in that scene.
Here it is. Give me 30 seconds just to read this to you.
All right. If you're tired of hearing about Interstellar and you want to get to McDonald's, just fast forward. Fast forward a little bit.
If you time 60 seconds of the track and count the ticks, you get 48 ticks. That, when you divide it, is 1.25 seconds. That's where you get the time interval from. As we know, there are 3,600 seconds in an hour. They mention in the movie that every hour on the planet is roughly 7 years in Earth time. 7 years is roughly 221 million seconds. If you take that divided by 3,600, you get roughly 61,400 seconds that pass on Earth. For every second that is spent on the water planet, multiply that by the 1.25, and you get 77,000 seconds or 21 hours. Thus, each tick is a whole day passing on Earth. If you make the assumption that each tick is exactly one Earth day, then an hour correlates to 7.88 years on Earth. The extra 0.88 could be rounding errors by the crew. So there you go. The math supposedly backs up all of those facts.
And for those still up in an uproar, may I remind you, it's a movie.
That do you have that comment?
I do. I'm looking to pull it up right now. So
That was funny.
We loved just one of the most interesting things about social media is people go after each other, complete strangers in the comments section. Okay, they've long forgotten about us.
Yes,
and they're just talking to each other in the comments section. So there's a lot of people saying, this movie's trash, overrated, and other people are like, "What are you talking about? You just don't know what it is." And so Michael Fahrenbrook on Facebook. Okay, y'all posted publicly.
Yeah, you posted publicly, so there's your name.
Michael Dunfield Fahrenbrook on Facebook says, "Horrible movie, incredibly illogical." And Adam Bryson comes back with the greatest comeback ever to that comment. He says, "It's not a documentary, Michael."
It's just a movie.
Oh my gosh, that felt like an Office quote. Like,
it did.
That's exactly what it's not a documentary, Michael.
Yeah.
You had a lot of people that were doing that. Like, the logic is so skewed. Well, it's science fiction. What do you expect?
Yeah, it's supposed to twist your mind and bend your mind.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of the great things Christopher Nolan does that drives you back. Another comment that I saw over and over again was, "Well, now I got to go watch the movie for like the 15,000th time."
Yeah.
That's what he's great at.
Another one of my favorites was because, again, we did not come up with these. We saw these stats and trivia bits on TikTok and Instagram and the internet like everybody else. A lot of people said, "This isn't new. This isn't new. We've seen this before. This isn't new." And so we got a little cheeky in one of our comments.
It was great.
I was like, "What do you want us to make up some new ones?" Because, yeah, we're going to rehash the same things because we were talking about Christopher Nolan. So,
are you the kind of person that would take time to comment on a video?
Absolutely
if
not.
you didn't agree with something? Would you take time and be like, "No. What? This isn't new. I already knew this."
No.
Would you? I wouldn't either.
Keep going. And hold on.
Those crack me up.
I want to talk directly to the people, and we're going to clip this and make it a reply. I want to talk to the people out there who don't like a couple of white guys. Ooh, we're doing a podcast. Ooh, we didn't say something new. You know what? By you commenting on our post, you're going to see more of us. So if you don't like this kind of content, stop commenting on this kind of content, because algorithms work by interactions, bro. And so the more you comment on us and argue in the comment section with somebody else, the more you're going to see this content. And our smiling face is just going, keep it coming, bro. Sorry.
And I think if they give us enough chances, we'll become their best friends.
Oh, we will.
I mean, you're going to go from being like, this really annoyed me to, I got to follow these guys.
Yeah, we love a spirited debate. You should go back and listen to our hot takes episode.
We have hot takes 2 on the board. We got to get to at some point.
We got to get to it. All right. McDonald's. We ready to talk about it?
Let's talk about them.
All right.
Before we can figure out the best thing, we have to talk about all the things. It's time for the thing about the things.
Okay, Golden Arches. Ray Kroc's creation himself. How good was The Founder, by the way?
That's a great movie.
It's a good movie. If you have not seen it, go watch it.
Is it the best restaurant movie of all time?
It's got to be, right? Like, I can't think of...
Or food movie? How about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Is that a food movie?
Sure, this Founder's better than that.
Oh, is it?
I mean, Willy Wonka's iconic, but as far as like a movie I probably enjoy.
You don't watch Willy Wonka at least once a year?
No.
Too much singing in it, isn't it?
Really, the Oompa Loompas creep me the heck out, man. They are the creepy, especially in the Johnny Depp one.
Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that one at all. I'm talking about the original.
Yeah.
One of the things that always bothered me is Grandpa Joe. See, I'm creeped out more by the grandparents all living in the same bed together.
Why are they doing
than
that?
The Oompa Loompas.
Obviously, Grandpa Joe can walk, so why have they been invalid for so many years?
He finds out that Charlie's going to get some money or something, and boom, he's up out of bed.
Are they the most selfish people in cinema?
They could be.
They have to be the most selfish people in cinema. My goodness.
And sleeping in the bed with 4 of you.
Yeah, that's weird. Is this like a pineapple upside down on the front porch situation?
Yeah, it could be. Could be.
Okay, so McDonald's. Internet apparently likes fun facts, so we're going to throw a couple of fun facts at you. Which, by the way, we're going to talk about specific menu items. So in case you're confused, that's kind of what we're going to be doing. We
will determine by the end of the episode which McDonald's item is the best thing.
Yeah, again, for those that are new, this is what we do. We talk about all the stuff, and we try to narrow. At the end of this episode, we will have a bracket, like a March Madness style tournament, where we vote on which one we think should advance. And by the end of the episode, we have the one that is undisputedly the best. How do we pick what goes into the bracket, you may ask? Well, there is this magic button that we carried over from the Taco Bell episode.
We did.
And should we replace it with ba-da-ba-ba-ba? That's too much. But anytime one of us says something that we want to add on our 4 selections, we just hit this button, and it gets added to one of our. We each get 4, and we bracket the top 8. So, without further ado, with a few more further ados, did you know a McDonald's opens every 14 and a half hours?
An entire restaurant opens?
A brand new restaurant.
A brand new one?
Yes. On average, every 14 and a half hours.
No, I did not know that.
Across the world, yep.
That's wild.
Yep.
Does it say how many locations they've got?
Not in this thing in front of me, but they do say billions served, so I'm sure it's trillions at this point. I think they even took it off their signs because it was too many.
There are more than 40,000 McDonald's restaurants around the world.
Wow. More people eat at McDonald's each day than the entire population of the United Kingdom. It's a lot of people.
Oh, they eat McDonald's. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. They are the world's largest toy distributor.
Nuh-uh.
Happy Meals, baby.
Remind me to talk about those later today.
Okay, yeah.
I've got some thoughts.
What else here?
Did you know that it started as a barbecue restaurant?
Did it really?
The McDonald brothers opened a barbecue joint, and after 8 years, they switched to serving burgers and shakes and fries. After Mr. Kroc visited, was impressed, brought in some of their mixers and stuff like that.
Yeah, because the McDonald brothers, they kind of, I don't think they patented, but they created the process to make it go so fast.
Faster,
Yeah,
right.
Basically the food version of an assembly line.
Uh-huh. Yep.
McDonald's makes over $75 million per day. And the Queen of England owned a McDonald's.
What?
The Royal Highness herself had a McDonald's open right near Windsor Castle because even she slums it every now and then. Chowing down on a Big Mac with the Queen should definitely be on everybody's bucket list. Well, that bucket list, this article must be a little bit old.
Wonder how the king feels about
You
it.
missed your opportunity there.
There's more McDonald's restaurants in the United States than hospitals.
Oh. Well, so if you ever... That's terrifyingly sad. Do you know, without looking at my screen, do you know who sang the first version of I'm Lovin' It, the jingle?
No clue.
Justin Timberlake.
Really?
Yeah. True story.
Did you know that McDonald's does not have the fastest drive-through?
They don't.
Their drive-through, the average transaction took 189 seconds.
Okay.
A little over 3 minutes. Or right at 3 minutes, according to one study. Do you know who the fastest fast food drive-through belongs to? You know who the leader is in this study?
It's not Popeyes.
Oh, burn.
I'm going to guess... I would say Chick-fil-A, but their lines are so long. They do get people in. Now, are they counting from the time they order to they leave?
This just says the average McDonald's drive-through transaction took roughly 3 minutes.
So that must be it. My gut wants to say Chick-fil-A, but I'm going to say Hardee's because nobody's in line.
Another burn. That's a good guess, but it is actually Wendy's
Oh,
at 133-second turnaround time.
wow. That's pretty fast. Which is surprising McDonald's isn't first because McDonald's never talks to me. Have I told you about one of my interactions at McDonald's?
No.
There was literally at a time I went to McDonald's not long ago. It was this year. And the entire interaction with the McDonald's employees, plural, consisted of 2 words. Yeah and okay. I get to the window or pull up to the drive-thru. Over the speaker box, I hear, yeah. I'm like, okay, I give my order, and that's it. I hear, okay. Okay. And so I pull around. The person at the window takes my money, says not a word. Gives me my money back, my card back. I pull ahead. They have their, of course, the McDonald's is known for doing that. They'll just stick their arm right out the window. And so I just grabbed it and went. Literally not another word spoken. 2 words. Entire interaction. Do better, McDonald's. Any other facts? We ready to jump right into some product?
Let's talk about the product.
Okay. Do we want to go in any kind of order? You want to start with sides, mains, desserts, drinks?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's break it down by category.
Okay.
Let's start with
Spin the
AM,
wheel.
though. Let's start with breakfast.
breakfast.
Yeah, let's start at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Because it's, the most important meal of the day,
man,
which we have busted the myth, I think, in the past of that.
That is true. But I didn't think about adding breakfast to this bracket.
Well, yeah. McDonald's has some stellar breakfast items.
They do have good breakfast. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's talk about breakfast then.
Okay. Should I go first?
Please do.
I would like to talk about the McGriddle.
That's a solid choice. I was about to... That's a really good choice. Where do you want it?
Number 4 right now.
Okay.
The McGriddle, I think, deserves to be in this final 8 bracket.
You're not wrong.
You get the pancake.
Mm-hmm.
And here's something strange. I do not like, if I'm having pancakes, I do not want anything else touching my pancakes.
Right.
But the way that they have designed theirs, I'm completely fine with egg and sausage and cheese all being on that sweet little bun.
Yeah. It is genius. When was that created? Do you have any information?
Well, I do have the information if I get back to the right.
I do know they there's a specific process. So they have is it a pancake or is it some kind of muffin or just a pastry of some? I don't even know what exactly it is, but I know
2003.
They inject with syrup.
Little syrup. It says the McGriddle opts for 2 maple flavored pancakes.
Okay, so they are pancakes.
Introduced in 2003. And this was revolutionary. Nobody else was doing this.
Nobody was doing this.
And I don't know, does anybody else even try to replicate this?
I don't think so. I mean, I think I've had... No. I don't think they have.
I mean, this took... Because before that, you just had maybe sausage biscuits. You had the Egg McMuffin.
Mm-hmm. You have some bagels, which are no longer on the menu anymore.
No. This revolutionized the breakfast sandwich game.
Yeah. And my wife, who does not like maple syrup, loves a McGriddle.
Okay, let me ask you. If you were building your perfect McGriddle, what's going on it?
Okay. I'm starting with you got to have the pancake part. Usually when I get mine, I load it up, man. Sausage, bacon, egg, and cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Double meat on it.
Yeah.
Okay. That would be fine. I wouldn't just order plain bacon.
What?
I wouldn't just order it with bacon.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, what special thing are you doing to the bacon I don't know about?
No. Because if you just get the bacon, it's too thin.
It's too thin. Yeah.
Now, I have a friend who swears by the chicken McGriddle.
I have had that.
I have not tried it.
Very good.
I can't quite wrap my mind around it, but then he said, think of it as chicken and waffles in a sandwich form.
Yeah. And it does. It holds up.
Does it?
That's exactly what it tastes like. Now, depending on what kind of chicken and waffles you like and are used to, if you're the kind of person who likes, bone-in chicken or something like that, no. This is a McChicken patty.
Right.
But yeah, it definitely has that vibe.
Does it come in a spicy version?
That's a good question.
I mean, I could see a spicy chicken.
Spicy would be good. Now, there's the caveat. This is the reason I would not make it my ideal, my perfect one.
Okay.
Because it is still, again, it's a McChicken patty. It's a fast food chicken thing. So they tend to lean on the drier side.
Okay.
So
now they're not putting egg on that, are they?
On the McGriddle?
On the chicken McGriddle.
You order how you want to.
Okay. This ain't Burger King.
I don't know that I would.
I mean, that's sort of redundant.
Right. Exactly. Although when I get a Chick-fil-A sandwich, which we'll do Chick-fil-A one of these days menus, I get egg on my chicken biscuit.
Do you really?
Yeah. I get a spicy chicken biscuit with egg white and Colby Jack cheese and bacon. Yeah. Very good. So the McGriddle is solid choice. Of course, you have the Egg McMuffin. Is another iconic one.
Yes.
That is your English muffin with egg white. Is it just no?
No.
That's the only cracked egg.
It's a fresh cracked egg.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of times they say, hey, if you don't want the powdered folded scrambled egg, request an Egg McMuffin egg because they fresh crack those things.
And then a slice of cheese and Canadian bacon.
That is the classic one. If I'm ordering, I am getting the sausage McMuffin.
Yeah, me too. Sausage, fast food breakfast sausage is delicious and very underrated.
It is.
I've never had bad breakfast sausage at a fast food place. But you're right. If you just get bacon, it's always too
disappointing.
Thin. Yeah, it gets lost in everything because they're giving you because they have thin bacon at at the fast food places.
And the doneness of fast food bacon can vary wildly. From nearly uncooked to burned.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be anywhere in between that.
Yeah. So add it as an extra. But not germane.
You mentioned the bagel, and they had that breakfast bagel. I saw, was it Josh, whatever his name is, from Good Mythical Morning?
Oh, yeah.
The cook. They redid the breakfast bagel recently, trying to encourage McDonald's to bring it back.
Yeah.
And I remember having the steak bagel, and I thought it was pretty good. You had peppers and onions. Yeah, bagel sandwiches, you don't see them done a lot.
No, you don't. I think they're done in like bigger city, like a New York or something like that, where bagels are very popular. But just your
I wish more breakfast joints would do bagel sandwiches.
I agree.
I mean, why should it just be limited to the good people of New York and New Jersey and the Northeast?
One thing Lauren and I have discovered, this has nothing to do with McDonald's, but you can get bagel thins now. And so they're the same kind of texture that bagel, but they're about, this thin.
So you're cutting some of the carbs? Is that the idea behind it?
Some of the carbs, but it's also, less bready to get through. It's not just heavy on the bread.
Bagels can be dense.
Yeah, the inside shines a little bit more. So we'll make breakfast sandwiches with those from time to time. But yeah, they don't do that. That was one of the things that got axed during 2020, during the COVID menu clear out that happened across all restaurants. They cleared it out.
Some good things really
got
lost there.
Suffered greatly, which we talked about during the Taco Bell episode.
Are there any other breakfast items that you want to talk about?
Hash browns.
Okay, good.
You got to talk about the hash
browns.
Are
you taking the button?
No, because I know
it's the best hash brown in the fast food game, though, isn't it?
Taco Bell also has that hash brown.
They have that same hash brown?
They have the same hash brown. And Taco Bell might be a little bit more consistent, but they obviously ripped off McDonald's. McDonald's, that form factor is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I want to hit it, though.
Okay. Do you think it deserves a spot over the McGriddle?
No. Add a hash brown in a McGriddle.
Can you do that?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I guess if you ordered the meal, you could always do
whatever you want.
You could put it on there.
I'm not going to push it yet. We'll see. Because
I feel like it's a borderline.
It is, man.
Item.
It is an 8-9. It's sitting right there on the edge.
Like it could. There should be a battle of their potato items.
That's. We know it's going to win. Although, honestly, they're probably more consistent with their hash brown than they are their fries.
Yes, I agree with that.
Of course, there's other things there as well. We didn't even talk about the biscuits. McDonald's biscuit is...
I think I'm not impressed by their biscuit. I like the Hardee's biscuit.
Oh, absolutely.
That's where you go for biscuits.
They also have the what's it called? The breakfast plate or platter.
The platter, yeah.
So you get pancakes, scrambled eggs, sausage, and I mean that's been around forever. And honestly, I'm honestly still surprised it's still around. That seems like something they would have ditched in lieu of making everything more drive-through accessible.
I am curious how popular their pancakes are.
Yeah,
like who's really going to those places ordering? I
saw
pancakes?
Somebody at church this weekend have them.
Really?
Yeah, he just brought them with them and sat down at a table and ate. They brought McCafe about a decade or so ago. They tried to get into the coffee game. They still have some of those things. It is not good at all. If you like coffee in any way, it is not good.
I do not like coffee. Well, I'm not a big coffee fan.
Right.
And I made the mistake. That was you and I.
Yeah.
Christmas shopping last year.
Exactly right.
We stopped and got some McDonald's.
We needed some energy.
It was some of the worst. It
was so bad.
We sat there longer than the 3 minutes.
Forever.
And we were the only ones in the drive-thru at like 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was a terrible experience.
Starbucks had closed. Everything else had closed, which was weird for 10 p.m. on like a Friday night or something like that.
It wasn't even 10. It was before 10.
Yeah.
Because we thought Starbucks would still be open.
Yeah. During the holiday season, but it was the only, when we were passing through, it was the only place with Jacksonville or something like that.
So for somebody like me who's not a big coffee fan, I was really going out of my comfort zone to say, you know what? I feel like having this kind of coffee drink. Yeah. And then I got that, and it was just...
It was worse than milk. Like it looked as white as these lights do. It was really bad. Okay, shall we move on to?
I wanted to also mention the breakfast burrito because they also do have those.
Yes, forgot about that.
They're pretty decent for little breakfast burritos.
Very.
You get two of them.
You do get two of them. They have a unique flavor.
Yes.
You can't replicate it. It's very specific to McDonald's.
I don't know if it has their regular cheese in it or not, but it's just very gooey cheese.
Yeah. There's some taste in there.
It's not replicated anywhere else.
No. Okay. Going on to lunch and dinner offerings.
Yep.
We've already roughly mentioned them. We might as well talk about the fries. You want to talk about the fries first?
Let's talk about the fries.
They're not what they used to be. 90s McDonald's fries
Beef tallow.
were way better. Yeah, ever since
They're trying to be healthier.
Yeah, screw it being healthy at McDonald's. What are y'all doing, man?
They're now cooked in vegetable oil.
I think so.
That stuff's bad for you.
Yeah,
When you look up how vegetable oil is made,
it's all going to be bad for you.
I feel like I see nutritionists and stuff saying go back to things like lard and animal fats, that it's better for you than processed seed oils. So let's bring back the beef tallow fries.
Absolutely. Are you gonna take that? You gonna take fries? I was gonna leave the door. I figured you might take it.
I was trying to give you the option to take it, but yeah, go ahead and give me the fries.
Where do you want them? This is going to be a hard one for me because I have gone on record recently about my rant on how McDonald's just feels like they've slipped bad.
Okay, but
so it's hard. Do we want to just picture the ideal version of all these things?
We're going to give McDonald's in its best form factor.
Okay. All right. Where do you want fries?
I want them number one.
Okay.
Because I think I have been on record saying they have the best fries of all the fast food places.
When they're perfectly done, and
that's what we're talking about.
They are S level. They are S tier for sure.
Yeah.
But they need to bring it back in beef tallow. None of this vegetable oil stuff. Have you seen? Obviously, you've probably seen. And this is with all fast food places, but there's people trying to debunk the sizes of these different mediums and larges and smalls, and they'll take the same ones and put them in different.
Yes.
Do you think there's any truth to that? Any credence to it? I haven't tried it myself to know.
I haven't, but I will say the last few times that I have been to a McDonald's, because a lot of times on their app, they will offer you $1 large fries. And in the last year, I've gone 2 or 3 different times, and I've used that reward. And they never fill up the container.
Oh, really?
I feel like if I had a medium container, I could take them and dump them in, and they would look like it was just packed full.
Gotcha.
I feel like they'd be skimping on filling up your large fries.
So what they're doing basically, because I mean, if you've ever peeked your head back behind the counter, if you've worked at a fast food place, they've got one kind of scooper that they scoop up fries and they put them in their thing. For a large, they should scoop again, but they're not doing that.
Probably not.
They're going to do one scoop for everything. So that's probably where the disparity comes from.
I have been told the key to getting the best fries from McDonald's is to order them without salt.
Yeah.
Because they'll make them fresh. And then get your own pack of salt and put that on there.
Yeah, but it's not going to be the same. I just don't feel like it's going to be the same. My dad used to always order them well done.
See, I do that at In-N-Out. I've never done that at McDonald's.
Any fast food place, he'd say, order fry and make them well done. I don't know that. I think that may have worked probably in the 90s, but I don't think it's going to work today.
Yeah, I don't think
they care.
At special places like In-N-Out, they will do it.
Yeah.
I don't know that McDonald's is, though.
What about the chicken McNuggets?
There you go.
I'm going to take one finally. I'm going to put this at number 2.
Ooh. That's hard to argue with.
The McDonald's chicken nuggets are unlike any other nugget.
Exactly.
You have a lot of nuggets that have like a breading, or not a breading. Yeah, a breading. You have a lot, like Wendy's has a breading, Chick-fil-A has a breading. They all have a breading. This is a batter. Like it is like a tempura. I think it is tempura batter that they're putting on these nuggets. And there's 4 shapes. Can you name the 4 shapes off the top of your head?
The bell, the boot, a circle,
ball.
Okay. And
I don't remember what the 4th one is. I want to say bone, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was a bone.
4 shapes of...
I am trying to find, because I have this saved to pull up. Wait a second.
It is, yeah, it's called the bone or the bow tie.
Okay.
The bell, the ball, the boot, the bow tie, or the bone. You can't talk about the chicken nugget, the McNugget, without also talking about the sauces that go with it, though. And my goodness, I cannot
hold it
to my Apple Pencil today. What's your go-to sauce to be dunking
at McDonald's?
Yeah.
It's going to be barbecue or hot mustard.
Hot mustard is great. Very underrated.
Yep.
And I don't know what it is.
I think
it's not yellow mustard. It's not Dijon.
I think it's got maybe a little horseradish added to it.
I think so too.
That's what I think. Now, what was the sauce everybody was flipping out over in the last couple of years? You remember that? They introduced a new sauce and then it ran out. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
I'm not dreaming this, right, people?
No, it was it like some kind of a chili sauce?
Was it Szechuan?
Szechuan, yeah. The Szechuan pepper sauce. I had it. It was good. I don't get all the hype, but it was good. They have recently made Big Mac sauce also available.
Wait, what? In the little
in the packets. You can now get a Big Mac sauce in packet.
No way.
True story.
Is it the same stuff they're squirting on it, or is it different?
Here's the thing.
Okay, yeah.
Because when I heard about it, I was like, okay, because I do not. How often do you frequent McDonald's?
Once every 3 months.
Yeah, I'm probably maybe once or twice a year. But whenever I heard that was happening, I was like, okay, there's some other stuff going on. Haven't had at McDonald's in a while. I'm going to go check it out. And so I went and tried it. And I think it's different sauce. I don't think it's the same sauce
that's going on the burger.
Yeah, when I dunked my nugget into it, it tasted weird.
Okay. I think that what they're putting out has obviously been made to be shelf stable. I don't think what they're squirting on your sandwich
That's a good point.
is shelf stable sauce.
That's a really good point.
I think it's a refrigerated sauce.
Okay. That makes sense.
That's what I think.
Yeah, that would explain a lot.
And there would definitely be two different flavors to make one shelf stable.
Yeah. One interesting fact, let me see if I can find it here. One little interesting tidbit that I know about the nuggets is that they were not the first thing to be nuggeted at McDonald's.
So the nuggets were introduced in 1979.
Uh-huh.
I saw that a minute ago. I did not see the other thing, but I want to take a guess at what it is.
Okay.
Because I think it's a discontinued item.
It is.
I'm going to guess it was the Onion McNuggets.
That is correct. Those came out in 1975.
Okay.
And they were trying to do something to appeal to vegetarians. So they thought onion rings were really popular. Let's make these little minced up onions, freeze them, batter them, then deep fry them, and have these onion bites. They need to bring this back.
Okay, why did that not work? Why wouldn't it work?
I don't know.
Onion rings are popular. Across the street, Burger King's doing the same thing.
I have no idea.
They're taking the little minced up onions and putting them in there.
I don't know if it was just because there wasn't enough interest in it for them to do it, but they already have onions there. So I don't know. I would love to see McDonald's. This is one of those things they could bring back as a retro thing, market it, as old school.
Yes.
And I think it would do really, really well. That with the Big Mac sauce would be good.
Ooh.
Or the hot mustard because it's got that horseradish, you got that zing.
Because if I'm thinking like bloomin' onion,
yeah,
it's got horseradish in the sauce that you're dipping in,
yeah.
A zesty sauce.
Or do something even kind of like a blackened ranch kind of thing or something. This would go over so well, and I would love to see it. I'm tempted to also add that because we can also add discontinued items to our ranking here. I'm tempted to do it. But
out of discontinued items, that would be in my top 3 to bring back, I think.
Of the ones that I have seen, absolutely.
I was trying to find, because we did a taste test on nuggets several years ago.
Yeah.
And I was trying to pull it up, and I can't find it. But I am positive that we had a McDonald's nugget in our taste test.
I believe we did.
Because we had Burger King and we had Wendy's in that nugget taste test. Do you remember what we said the worst nugget was?
I want to say it was probably Hardee's.
That was not it. It was Burger King.
Was it Burger King?
I ranked Burger King equal with, what is that one that doesn't actually have meat in it? The
Impossible.
The Impossible Nugget.
That's right.
I gave it the same ranking. That's how bad the Burger King nugget was. Last week on Good Mythical Morning, they did a nugget taste test, and they guessed that Burger King was people's least favorite, and that's what the statistics showed.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why. Burger King needs to drop their nuggets.
Yeah, we had somebody on one of our videos where we talked about Whataburger. Somebody said that they thought Whataburger was overrated, and I asked them, what is your favorite? And they said Burger King.
I saw that.
And so, friend, if you're listening to the show,
you told him not to listen to
Yeah.
some of our stuff we said about Burger King.
Because we're just not, Burger King is just not it.
No.
They try, they swing, but they miss. They biff it.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy's has good nuggets. I like Wendy's nuggets. Chick-fil-A obviously has great nuggets as well. Popeyes has some pretty good nuggets. They got into the nugget game recently. Okay, what else do we have, Sir Aaron?
What did you put the nuggets on your list?
I got nuggets. Oh, I meant to put them at 2. I put them at 1 accidentally.
So nuggets are number 2 for you. Well, can we talk about McDonald's without talking about the Big Mac?
I don't know that we can.
I don't think we can either. But here's the thing. The button is yours if you want it.
Yeah, I at one point the Big Mac was one of my go-tos. I don't know that it has the value it used to have.
I don't think it does either.
You know, it's labeled as the Big Mac, and I think people have outgrown the Big Mac.
A few years ago, they did a few different iterations of the Big Mac, and one of them was called the Grand Mac. You remember that?
Yeah.
If they would leave the Grand Mac on the menu,
I did see a menu, a secret menu item for the Big Mac that says, order the Big Mac, but with quarter pounder patties.
okay, that would be
Probably the same thing as Grand Mac. There was somebody else that said, order a chicken Mac, a big chicken Mac.
I don't know about
You
that.
swap out the beef
I don't
patties
know
for
about
chicken
that.
patties.
I don't know about that. The Big Mac, though, has to be the most iconic menu item.
Probably, yeah. I think it's more the name is more recognizable than the fries are.
This is a hot take. If we do not put the Big Mac in our top 8,
No, I'm trying to.
but
think.
I'm not taking it.
I'm not taking it right now.
Ooh.
I'm not taking it right now.
Because I remember as a kid, 2 or 3 years in a row, one of my teachers, at the end of the school year, she would take a few of us kids that had done well enough throughout the year that the day after school got out, she would take us to McDonald's, and we all got a Big Mac.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were like 8, 9, 10 years old. I mean, that thing felt like it was massive back then. You get one now, and it just it doesn't have the heft.
Yeah, I mean, one of my go-to meals back in my early 20s when my metabolism worked like it's supposed to, one of my go-to lunch would be a Big Mac, some fries, and then a 4-count of nuggets too, you know. And because inevitably, back then at least, you would have that Big Mac sauce would just be overflowing on that thing.
Now you got to hunt for it.
Yeah, it's just barely there.
It's like the old Wendy's commercial of where's the beef?
Yeah.
Now you're looking at like, where's the sauce?
Where's the
you got to
sauce?
order extra sauce, and then they charge you
They do.
for extra sauce on
Yeah,
it.
so I would take the fries and I'd dip it in that extra sauce. Take the nugget, dip it in that extra sauce, and you just can't do it anymore like that. What about? I'll take this one, the quarter pounder and or double quarter pounder with cheese.
That's the one that deserves to be on the list.
That is the better burger. That is now the gold standard burger, I believe,
for McDonald's or for just fast food?
for McDonald's.
Okay. They do a lot of advertising for the QPC.
They do, and I'm going to put it as a 3.
That feels right.
It's great. It scratches that beef cheese bread itch. You know, the QPC does not have typically lettuce or tomato or anything like that on it. It has patties, cheese, warm, small little pickles, and some onion on there, and then mustard and ketchup.
Now, here's the thing. The onion that you get on the QPC is slivered onion.
It is.
It's not the diced little minced onion that you get.
Yeah.
And I do not like the slivered onion.
You
It
don't
is
like the slivered onion?
Too overpowering.
You think?
I do. So I will ask for the diced onion on mine,
Okay.
and then I enjoy it.
Okay. Are you customizing on the app like you do Taco Bell at
Yes.
McDonald's? There you.
Yeah. Again, how often do you use the app versus just ordering?
Oh man, I can't. I don't go to a fast food anymore if they don't have an app. It's just so much more convenient.
And I think for a long time, McDonald's had some of the better rewards and deals that were available. It feels like in the last year, everybody has kind of changed and backed off of the deals they're offering.
Yeah.
But it's still, as far as deals go, McDonald's has some of the better deals that you can get on the app.
What else we got, Aaron?
I would like. What I was going to say, you were talking about the QPC. This is from 2018 Reader Business Insider. The QPC was not one of their 10 best-selling items.
Really?
No, it didn't. Yeah, because that's why I was a little interested that you were taking it. While I agree it's the better burger, the Big Mac was their number 2 best-selling item.
Wow.
QPC didn't even crack the top 10.
That's
so.
Really
Do you think
surprising.
it is still that way, or in the last 5 years has there been something that flipped that now pushes the QPC higher? Because I haven't been able to find those statistics.
I don't know. I do know I don't ever see the Big Mac advertised. I see the QPC advertised all the time.
Yep.
So I don't know if that may be part of it. If people's tastes have just changed, because you've got your other burger chains have really stepped up their game, and with, it feels like back in the day when it was the Big Mac versus the original Whopper, that race.
Yes.
Feels like we've entered a new phase of that where other places are now in the mix and they're offering better and bigger burgers. And so I don't know. I would be curious to see where they land right now. Anything else in burger territory?
In burger territory, yes.
Okay.
And that would be the McDouble.
Yeah. Which is your go-to, isn't it?
That's the one that I go to.
Yeah.
Well, I say that. I used to go to it. Back when it was like $1.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I don't know. It's bumping $3, I want to say, to get a McDouble.
Everything is.
And for 20 cents more, you can get the extra slice of cheese. So now I almost think, you're better off to spend 20 cents more if you're going to get it and get that. But I really like the McDouble.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to take it. But there may be some other things that, for me, it's one of those borderline items. It's down there. I think the QPC should get the nod ahead of it.
Okay. All right. Moving on. What else you got?
This is the one that I do want to take and add to my list, and that is the McChicken.
You're going to add the McChicken to your list.
I want the McChicken on my list.
Interesting.
This is what I think is the second best item at McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The fries and then the McChicken number 2.
So you want McChicken number 2?
I want McChicken number 2. And remember when they came out with the hot and spicy McChicken?
I do.
Because this was your value chicken sandwich, and it's still probably one of the better value items at McDonald's. But, man, for as long as I can remember, I don't know when these were introduced, but for as long as I can remember, 8, 9 years old, and this was before the hot and spicy ones came out, and I would get a lot of extra black pepper and put on my sandwich to make it extra spicy. So I'll take a little credit for the craze of bringing out the hot and spicy McChicken. But I don't know. There's just something special about that chicken patty,
the mayonnaise,
and that shredded lettuce.
It's good
with the taste of a McDonald's bun. A McDonald's bun has such a unique taste that you don't find anywhere else.
That is true. Yeah.
And I think value for what you get, it's just a great item. I don't think you can go to McDonald's without getting one of those. My wife will try to customize it by putting mustard on there. She thinks you should put cheese on them. You should not do anything to the McChicken sandwich. The McDonald's creators knew what they were doing when they made this sandwich. Don't mess with it.
Okay. Man. That would not have cracked my top.
And let me
my top 10.
Let me read to you, according to Watch Mojo, the sandwich might very well house the greatest chicken in the fast food industry.
I disagree with that. You're on Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, Raising Cane's.
Okay. I see a difference in chicken sandwiches.
It's part of the industry, though.
Well, I mean, they're making some.
That's a bold claim.
It's a bold claim. It is. I do not put the McChicken on that kind of level.
Okay.
But in the level of kind of chicken sandwich that it is, a breaded chicken patty.
Yeah.
It is the best. If you have that long, skinny one from Burger King.
Which, not going to lie, I used to love that thing. Back in the day. When I was a kid, I loved that thing.
I think I always liked it just because it was the unique shape.
Yeah.
But it does not taste anywhere near as good as the McChicken.
I agree with that.
Wendy's, Hardee's, any of them. This value chicken sandwich is the best value chicken sandwich.
I'll have to give it. I have not had that in years, so I'll have to give it another try eventually.
And I feel like it's always consistent.
Oh yeah,
it's a consistent item.
Okay, I want to take you at your word.
Okay,
I'll believe you. They have other chickens, or they have had other chicken sandwiches,
and they do. The McCrispy.
They still have them.
Yeah, it's their more premium one.
It's just got extra stuff on it.
It's the real chicken breast.
Okay.
They have a Southern style one that's just like pickles and bun. Their competitor to Chick-fil-A. I think they have some that are, have lettuce and tomatoes, maybe bacon, maybe cheese. Some may have ranch on it, other sauces.
Yeah.
They come and go, seasonal sandwiches, things like that.
They've done a lot of different chicken things. They've had chicken tenders at different points as well. I remember when they had chicken tenders.
Selects. They had bone-in wings.
Okay, I want to take a second. I want to take a beat
wings.
and talk about those because those were probably one of my favorite things ever at McDonald's, and mainly just because at the time it was so convenient. Because when they were there here in Searcy, there weren't like a ton of wing options, fast food wing options at that time. So, it's not like the wings themselves were incredible. I had them again in China, and because they still had them on the menu there. And, man, it took me back. So they were good. So they've had a couple different come and go kind of chicken options. A hop, skip, and a jump away from chicken is the Filet-O-Fish. We would be remiss if we did not talk about the Filet-O-Fish.
You going?
I'm trying to think. I've only got 2 spots left. I'm trying to be gentle with it. I know what my number one is.
You know what your number one is, and you haven't taken it? You're risking that I would take your number one?
I haven't said it yet because I don't think you're going to put it your number one. I don't think you're going to take it.
Oh, you don't even think I'd take it?
You might. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. It's going to be this or something else. Oh.
We're talking about the Filet-O-Fish.
Yes, we're talking. Sorry, we're having an internal struggle here. Give us some facts about the Filet-O-Fish.
Well, I don't have any facts about the Filet-O-Fish, believe it or not. Off the top of my head, though, I can tell you that it comes with half a piece of cheese that is glued to the bun.
Why is it?
Why put an entire piece of cheese on that sandwich?
Why in the world is it? At this point, it's just because of tradition. But what was the original? Is it because was cheese like taboo on fish, and so they're like, well, we can't not have cheese on it.
Cheese is traditionally a no-no on seafood.
Yeah.
Here we go. This item was introduced back in 1962. It was one of the first main additions to the original menu and has remained a staple ever since. It was created in response to religious traditions. Why? Because there are many Christians that abstain from eating meat on Friday, so the Filet-O-Fish gave them a menu item they could consume. It was the replacement for traditional beef and chicken choices. You are going to do it. You're going to take it. Okay. Here's what I like about the Filet-O-Fish. The steamed bun.
Yes.
McDonald's should just steam all their buns. I don't know why we're not.
I know.
There is an owner of a McDonald's franchise, I believe it's in Ohio, that I follow on YouTube. And it's a pretty interesting channel to watch. He does a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, showing you how they cook things. He'll wear a camera and just video a 30-minute lunch rush, and it's kind of relaxing, just sort of this white noise in the background, as there's no talking other than you can hear just some employees going back and forth. Just watching them put stuff together, and you'll hear people order a steamed bun for other sandwiches.
Really?
And he has talked about how, if you like the steamed bun, ask for the steamed bun.
Okay.
Because it really improves your sandwiches.
Yeah.
And he's like, a lot of people don't know that you can ask for that, but yes, you can request a steamed bun to level up your burger.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I'm doing that. I love a steamed bun.
And apparently you can also ask them for the entire piece of cheese on your fish sandwich.
Okay. I think I could do without the cheese.
Yeah. The half slice that sort of just fuses to the bun.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it adds any flavor to the sandwich.
And here's a hot take, and this is coming from Burger Boy over here, okay? I know you're a burger hater, but Burger Boy over here, I think burgers can be without cheese and be just fine. I don't think a burger has to have cheese.
You're sounding a lot like my wife these days. Because she's like, you know what? Chili doesn't have to have cheese. You know, this thing doesn't have to have cheese. This doesn't have to have cheese.
Now, I love cheese on a burger. I will order extra cheese when I can. But I don't think I've had burgers though without it, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't miss it.
You didn't miss it.
I didn't miss it. I think that's the point I want to make. It's better with it, but I don't miss it as much as I thought I would if I don't have it.
Let's just break the burger down to like a QPC.
Yeah.
It's just your most basic burger.
You need it.
So are you going to have just burger and bun?
No, you need it for that. The kind of burgers I'm talking about are maybe your homemade or something like that. If you've got good sauce on that burger,
Okay.
I don't think you need as much cheese. If it's got sauce and pickle and lettuce and onion or tomato, or if it's got other wet things on it, I don't think you miss the cheese. But if it's just, burger, bun, some mayo or something, yeah, you're probably going to want some cheese on there.
I have been working the last few weeks on my list of the best foods.
Oh, yeah.
I'm up to like 35 items.
And where's burger?
Right now, burgers sit at number 28. I have always maintained that they are not a top 25 food, and they're sitting at number 28 on the list.
Man. Okay, I'm going to have to start working on my list, I guess.
Yeah, at some point, we need to do an episode and go through our list.
That'll be our 100th episode.
Ooh.
That'll be our 100, because this is episode 92?
2, 3, something like that.
Yeah, so we're getting close.
We are.
Okay, so I took the filet fish. The fish is really good, by the way, also. For a frozen, for a fast food fish sandwich, it's pretty good. Like, this is not going to win any awards down in the Gulf. You're not going to, this isn't that kind of sandwich, but it's really good for just a typical middle of America fast food fish sandwich.
Do you know what they offer in the Northeast United States? They offer lobster rolls.
Do they really?
They do.
The McLobster lives.
It lives. And I've had a couple of friends tell me, hey, if you're ever up in the Northeast somewhere, you should get a lobster roll from McDonald's just to say that you've done it. Yeah. It's not the best that you've ever had, but they're like, it's not terrible, actually.
Not terrible. I have said this before, and I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm repeating, but we ate a lot of McDonald's in China because the first year we went, the people who were leading the trip, I think they were wanting to make us feel like we were at home, and so we would always go there. But the menu there is expanded, obviously. They have different things than we do here, and they do them differently. I swear they still cook their fries in beef tallow because everything tastes better over there because they don't have the regulations and stuff like we do here. They can have a little bit more fun with it. Now, is it as healthy? Probably not. That's probably why it tastes good. One of the unique things I had over there, though, for breakfast, I meant to cover this in breakfast. They have a crawfish egg panini.
Oh my goodness.
It was so good. It is crawfish, scrambled eggs, cheese on a panini. So speaking of seafood, that's one thing that I've had that's also very, very, very good. Okay, we're over an hour.
Are we really?
We are. It feels like we just started. What else do we have? I think have we covered all the mains? And I think we covered
breakfast. We've covered the mains.
And fries is the only side.
Fries.
Unless you want to talk about apple slices. There is one main we haven't talked about yet.
I know. Is this your number one?
This is my number one.
Is it really?
It is. It's the best thing McDonald's does.
Oh my!
I didn't think you would take it.
Go ahead.
Gimme that rib sandwich, baby.
No.
Give me that rib sandwich.
No.
Oh. The McRib is iconic. It only comes around once a year.
For good reason.
It's to build up the hype. What's wrong with the McRib? What's wrong with the McRib?
This is your number one
This is
item?
my number one. Oh, give me that barbecue sauce. That fake rib.
It is
that pork meat.
It's the fake rib that is mechanically separated pork product.
Is good. I don't
just
care.
Dunked
into a mold.
No.
It's in a mold to make it look like ribs.
Do you remember watching All Things Barbecue Guy in the last year make the rib sandwich? That is how a rib sandwich should
You're not
look.
wrong. I agree completely.
If that
McDonald's can't do that, though.
If that was the rib sandwich, I'd be with you all day long.
No.
But I tried one again last year just to see, am I really missing what the hype is about?
You must be.
And it is terrible.
Slathered in barbecue sauce.
It was swimming in it.
Swimming in it with the slivered onions, which you're probably not a fan of.
Nope.
And then the pickle. And then the bun is really good. Okay. It's a longer bun. It's delicious. Whenever they're in season, whenever they're ripe, I go, and it's about it's one of the times of a year that I'll go. I'll go once, and I will get 2 of those things. No fries, no anything else. Just 2 McRib sandwiches, and just savor the moment. Just finger licking good.
Oh my gosh,
they're so good. That's my number 1. Better than anything else McDonald's has. That's top of the pyramid for me.
What do we have left to fill in here?
You've got a number 3,
and yours is full.
And mine is full, unless I put... Yeah, I'm full.
Wow, okay. So I have to take one more item.
Yeah. And I might bounce something if you don't take it. Because I was torn between the Filet-O-Fish and this one other thing, and I went ahead and took it in hopes that maybe you would take it. So we're moving into dessert territory? Is that where we're going? Is that all that's left?
There's one other item that I want to mention that is lunch and dinner.
Okay.
That is burger territory that I am torn on putting on my list because it is a discontinued item.
Oh, okay.
But I would like them to bring it back.
Okay.
The Big and Tasty.
Oh, I remember the name. I don't remember what it is, though.
I think it was introduced in like 2003, it was introduced in the 90s, and it was discontinued in the mid 2000s, I think. But if I am remembering correctly, the Big and Tasty was their competitor to the Whopper.
Yeah.
Because it had the ketchup and the mayo on it, lettuce, tomato, onion. And it was a good burger. And I wish they would bring it back.
From 2000 to 2011, on and off, is what this says.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar to the Whopper, 1/4-pound beef patty, tomato, lettuce, onions on a sesame seed bun. The selling point was the new sauce the burger contained.
The new sauce?
Some new sauce that was with it.
I don't remember that.
It was probably just ketchup and mustard. It was just burger sauce.
So I am borderline almost putting that on my list.
Man.
But it could... The problem is it's nostalgia.
Ah.
And I'm very possibly remembering that it is a lot better than what it was. Because at the time, I would have been, 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
Would 34-year-old me like the Big and Tasty if they brought it back?
Maybe not. Well, while you're deciding, may I tempt you with some dessert options?
Let's talk about the sweets.
Because there's only a couple that they have that are worth mentioning. You have the goat of their desserts, the McFlurry.
Yep, when the ice cream machine's working.
We're talking ideal McDonald's here. So the ice cream machine's working, which is basically just it's soft serve with stuff crushed up in it. So Oreos or M&Ms or butter. Do they do Butterfinger? I think it's just Oreos and M&Ms.
Yeah.
Very good. You can never get it, though. It's a white whale. But the invention of how they do the spoon thing, that's really interesting.
That's neat.
They wanted to save time to be fast, so they patented this spoon that just sticks up in the machine, so it just stirs it for you.
I think the hot fudge sundae is better than the McFlurry.
Hot fudge sundae also very, very good, and I agree. Hot fudge, man. Underrated.
Yeah, it is.
Underrated for sure.
But there's still one other dessert item I hope that you mention.
Yeah. It's called a fresh apple pie. Is that what you're talking about?
That's the one I'm talking about.
None of this baked apple pie stuff either.
No.
We're talking, if we're talking ideal McDonald's,
Yeah.
the fried apple pie. I thought I might be able to tempt you with that one.
Let me go ahead and put that.
3 is what you have open.
What do I have in fourth?
McGriddle.
Let's move the McGriddle to third. Let's put the apple pie fourth.
I can do that. Whoa.
These things, especially when they fried them, they would come out somewhere near the temperature of the sun.
That's true.
You would burn yourself on these. Now they're playing around with other flavors. Just their pies in general. I think still, as far as a fast food dessert goes, a non-ice cream fast food dessert.
Yeah.
It's up there at the top.
Have you seen the TikTok hack? There's a TikTok hack that you take, go get the soft serve cone, which we didn't mention, but you can get an ice cream cone, just a typical ice cream cone, with the cake cone. You get that, a couple of them, put them in a bowl, crush them up with the ice cream, and get an apple pie, crush it up in there also. And it's supposedly very, very good.
I can't imagine that it's bad.
Very good.
Bad for you, but
exactly.
good tasting.
Yeah, again, it's a fast food place. Why in the world are you trying to make it healthy?
Yeah. We're going to hear those comments somewhere out there.
Unnecessary, though.
Yeah, we know. McDonald's is not great for you.
No. Fried apple, that's the one I was thinking. Definitely worthy, I think, of being on here, for sure. Is there anything we're missing? I think I want to talk about their drinks.
Okay, I was hoping that you would talk about drinks.
I don't think it's gonna make it, but they're spicy soda, man.
That is the rumor that exists.
Yeah,
that their fountain sodas got more bite to them.
There's a reason why. Have you heard the reason why?
I feel like I have, but I don't remember it.
Supposedly, McDonald's is the only one where Coca-Cola ships the syrups cold. Or is it the CO2? One of those two things they ship cold to them. So the whole process stays cold. Where the other places, it's warm, and so it just hits ice and it gets cold. But it ships cold there. So that is why it has a little bit more bite to it.
Because I know people say, oh, you got to get a Coca-Cola from them.
Yeah.
I hear a lot about Sprite.
Sprite is the big one.
I want to try the blind taste test and go to like 3 different places and get one and see if it actually holds up.
Same here. I have a big beef, though. Do we want to do a worst? Are we going to do a worst segment? Do you have something to rant about?
I do.
Okay. I'll save that for then. You got anything else then?
I mean, my list is full, so.
Yeah. Real quickly, I want to just read through. We didn't really add many discontinued items. The Arch Deluxe was just basically a burger with stuff on it. They had fish McBites at one point. I think that would do well again, possibly, if it's the same Filet-O-Fish. The Hula Burger, famous
the
discontinued
pineapple?
apple. Yeah. We mentioned onion. They had mixed spaghetti.
Yes.
Apparently at one point. The McPizza.
See, I think they still have pizza.
Do you?
If you go to the Orlando McDonald's, I think it may be the largest one in the U.S., but I remember seeing this on TikTok a while back. I think you can still order pizza at that location.
Huh. Apparently they had chicken fajitas.
I remember seeing that in videos. Would you ever order McDonald's chicken fajitas?
No, that's probably why it's not around. An Eggs Benedict McMuffin. I guess it's just their Egg McMuffin with hollandaise on it. I would be all over that. And you mentioned the Big and Tasty, the McHotDog, McSoup. Basically, they'd put anything Mick in front of a food, and they probably had it. Do you remember the salad shakers?
Yeah, those are the ones that came in the cup, right?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
You're talking about discontinued stuff?
Yeah.
The snack wrap, I think it's still discontinued. Do you remember the snack wrap?
I do remember the snack wrap.
I thought the snack wrap was a pretty good thing.
It was basically a Big Mac in a wrap.
Yeah.
Apparently, they had a McJordan.
Was this something they did with Michael Jordan?
Yeah, it honored the legendary Michael Jordan with his favorite burger. The basketball star's burger was a quarter pounder with bacon and barbecue sauce. I would do that. I wonder if you could still. You would probably order it and nobody would know what you're talking about. Okay, let's talk about some worst things then.
Let's do that. Let's do it.
Take 2. Let's get into some worst things.
These aren't the best things. These are the worst things.
All right, Aaron, you seem chomping at the bit. I'm going to leave it to you.
I am fed up with the Happy Meal.
Aren't we all?
The Happy Meal does not bring me happiness anymore.
Well, you're in your 30s. It shouldn't bring you happiness.
What? I mean, they brought adult Happy Meals back a while back. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Last Halloween?
They did the emotions, didn't they? They had
Yes.
different emotions.
And they were charging so much money for these.
I guess we are about to have to deal with Happy Meals.
Yeah,
again.
we're coming into the Happy Meal season.
Yeah.
Apple slices,
Yeah.
milk. They're trying to force healthy Happy Meals on you.
But you know, Harris and Ellie are both going to have apple slices at some point from McDonald's. Our kids are going to have to
When
suffer.
you were a kid, did you order the apple slices?
It wasn't even an option when I was a
No,
kid.
it wasn't an option. We were eating beef fried tallow
That's exactly
fries as kids on the supersize size.
Yeah, there was nothing different with our menu. It was just smaller and it came with a toy.
This is the other part of it. McDonald's toys have gone downhill.
I agree with that, yeah. You used to get metal toys, like real toys. Now it's like stickers.
The McDonald's used to have cool stuff. We've still got some cups, glass cups that you would collect. We've got like some Garfield ones that came from the. They had cool things like that. No more. I want to rant about another worse thing. They took away Monopoly from us.
Yes.
Okay, McDonald's Monopoly was one of the greatest things. Did you ever watch McMillions?
Yeah, documentary was pretty good.
It's a fascinating
but a couple of bad doers ruined it for everybody.
Ruined it for all of us.
Ruined it for us all.
I remember when I was 10, 11 years old, I was this close to winning a Corvette. I needed just one more stamp. And here's the kicker to it. This is back when we had McDonald's in the Walmart.
In Walmart, yeah.
I kind of miss those days.
I do too.
There was a McDonald's in Walmart and there was a McDonald's in front of Walmart.
This makes sense.
It didn't make any
I guess
sense.
that's why one of them's not here anymore. But I've still been to some Walmarts that have McDonald's in them, like in Florida and stuff.
The week after Monopoly had ended, I guess there were still some stickers and stuff floating around. And we were walking through Walmart one day, and I found the sticker that would have won me a Corvette.
How old were you?
10, 11 years old.
So it would have been your Corvette.
No. And Dad would have been probably like, hey, we're not paying the taxes on that thing to get it. You know, good luck.
I loved Monopoly. Yeah,
but
you're right.
Monopoly was so fun.
Yeah. They used to put Beanie Babies in.
You had great prizes.
Great toys, yeah.
Great toys. Great lots of things at McDonald's. Just McDonald's in general. Yeah. Bring me back the red roofs. Mm-hmm. You go into a McDonald's now, and it's depressing.
Yeah, it used to be fun and full of energy and bright colors, and it was a kid's playground, and now it looks
feels
like a coffee
cold.
shop. Yeah.
And sterile.
Yeah. Bring back Ronald McDonald where you can sit on his lap.
Yes.
Bring back Grimace stuff.
Grimace.
And the burglar.
The Hamburglar.
Play places.
Yes. So that's one of the worst things that we've moved past all of that stuff.
Yeah. I agree. My worst thing is not nearly as aggressive as yours was. I just want them to have Coke Zero. They only have Diet Coke. It makes me sad. Okay, let's bracket it out.
If you want to be the best, you have to beat the rest. This is the Best Things Bracket.
Again, if you're new, well, first off, thanks for sticking around for almost an hour and a half. We have a decision to make. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take these things that we've been adding to our bracket. We're going to read them off. If we agree, it advances. If we disagree, we go 1 to 10 or 1 to 100 if we need to double overtime. and we're gonna find a winner one way or the other. So without further ado, fries versus Filet-O-Fish. 3, 2, 1. Fries.
And you know what? Yeah, I forgot that I was mad about the Coke Zero thing. Just because you want Coke Zero does not mean you're okay with Diet Coke.
That's true. They're very different tastes.
Man, I forgot about that. Now I'm mad.
McChicken versus QPC. 3, 2, 1. QPC. McChicken 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1. 7. QPC.
It's literally, you can't improve on what it is. Okay, there it is.
QPC 3, 2, 1. 8.
9.
Okay, so that's 17 and 17. We're going to 100. McChicken 3, 2, 1. 75. Do that math for me because I'm not going to be able to do it.
What did you say?
75. 75 and 92 is...
Oh, you were asking.
Yeah. The one who can do math, not me.
170, 167? Is that right?
Sure.
Hang on. Now I don't even remember. What number did I say? 82?
90. I thought you said 92.
92.
I guess we have technology to do this for us.
167. Is that what I said?
Yeah. QPC 3, 2, 1. 88.
166.
Oh my gosh. McChicken moves on.
By 1.
Man, we've done that a few times. We've still never had to go to 1,000. We've come within
We were that
one
close.
a few times, and that's a rare one. McRib versus the fried apple pie. 3, 2, 1. McRib.
Apple pie.
1 to 10. McRib. 3, 2, 1.
5.
9. Oh, come on.
I said it was awful, and I still gave it a 5. I don't know what you want me to do.
Fried apple pie. 3, 2, 1. 7.
6.
And that gives it a third. Wow. Barely squeaked by, but McRib makes it.
I hope you're happy.
I am very happy.
I probably gave the
it's not gonna last very
apple
long.
pie a lower score than I should have.
Nuggets versus the McGriddle. This is a tough one. Chicken McNuggets or the pick your McGriddle. 3, 2, 1.
McGriddle.
Yeah. I think it's actually McGriddles, by the way. I think it's
There's an S?
The singular is an S. I think I remember that right. I think it's actually a McGriddles. You have to fact check me on that. Let's see if you can do two things at once. Fries versus the McChicken. Can you do this?
I can do this.
Can you do it? You sure? 3. We're talking in their perfect form. 3, 2, 1.
Fries. Bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles.
Yeah, I think it's McGriddles.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know it does. Is it because there's 2 McGriddles? I don't know. McRib versus McGriddles. McGriddles moves on.
Yes, it does.
We're not even going to count that one down. We got fries versus the McGriddles. 3, 2, 1. Fries. We all knew it was happening. Congratulations to Fries. Okay, McDonald's fries has won the day.
It is the #1 selling item at McDonald's.
Fries?
Yeah.
Of course. It comes with everything. Okay, let's figure this one out.
It may be the best thing today, but is it the best thing of all time? It's time for the best thing battle.
I am so excited to get to the best thing battle because today we have the McDonald's fries versus our returning champion, the Euro Club.
Wait a second. What?
Yes, the Euro Club beat out Max.
It did?
Yes.
I've forgotten that.
For the sole reason is so we can bring it up again.
For those of you that don't know what the Euro Club is, this is a little item that is a golf club that on the handle unscrews and it is hollow, And for gentlemen who are on the course, when the need to pee hits you, you just unscrew the cap, you put this little handy towel around your waist, and you stand out in the middle of the fairway and take a leak into a golf club handle, and then carry it around with you for the rest of the day.
Apparently, yeah, you have a warm club in there somewhere.
And you hope that if you go to actually swing it and use it, that the lid doesn't pop off. Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so McDonald's fries at the Euro Club. 3, 2, 1. Fries! That was the same time. I even hit it. I was ready, too. I hit it at the same time. Didn't do anything. Yeah, okay. New champion, fries. McDonald's fries lives another day. All right, Aaron. Anything else?
No.
Nothing from me either. Go follow us on all the socials if you're not already, by the way. TikTok. We're having some fun. We gained like 3,000 new followers, so that's a good thing, right?
That's something.
Yeah. So hopefully all 3,000 of you are listening right
Listening, commenting, sharing.
By the way, wherever you listen or comment, or wherever you listen or watch this thing, drop us a like or a comment or subscribe or leave us a review. Please leave us a review. If you're listening, leave us a review. It helps us know what we're doing right or wrong. Tell us what we're doing bad at. We're okay with that too.
I have plenty of friends that tell me that every week. Like, oh, yeah, that episode really sucked. Thanks.
Wonder what they'll say about this one. Well, they need to start leaving us reviews.
I try to get them to call in and leave voice messages.
Yes. Oh, we didn't even mention that. If you listen this long into it, then you can text us or call us 585-BESTIE-5. That's 585-237-8435. Leave us a voicemail, or you can just text us if you're shy and don't want to be on the phone. But we would love to hear from you as well.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it then. For the best things, I'm Craig.
I'm Aaron.
Talk at you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Best Things Podcast. If you liked today's episode, subscribe and leave us a review wherever you're listening now. And remember, connect with us on the socials at Best Things Pod, and you may hear your take on an upcoming episode.